every time I tried to log in, it was like, no, you don't have enough USB controllers for blah blah blah, and it kicked me off of something. Camera, microphone.
All right, I'm
Chat,
gonna
one,
say
two,
that
three.
we are
Chat, one,
live
two, three.
on Facebook,
Hi, Facebook.
or not
No,
Facebook.
not Facebook. YouTube.
I'm too far away.
Woody was talking about Facebook. Screwed up, George.
It did.
It did. Now we got to keep the content rolling here because we're live to our peeps. Hi, peeps. Otherwise, it's
Well,
just boring.
why don't we just keep doing our countdown? Let's start the show.
All right,
Because we were
boys.
testing. Go.
Here we go in 5. Hold on, I just burped.
Are we going on one or after one?
We always go on one. What?
This ain't Lethal
7
Weapon.
fucking years we've been doing this?
We always ask the question.
All right, here we go. Lethal Weapon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck it, we're doing live.
Goddamn son of a bitches. Welcome to the Shovel Pod. I'm Woody.
Hey, I'm George.
I'm DJ.
And I'm Jeff.
Boys,
Yes.
Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Speaking of New Year, you know that song "Putting on the Ritz"?
Yes.
Yeah.
Public domain.
Oh, yeah, because Irving
became
Berlin's
it
been
ran
dead
out?
for years.
We could sing that whole fucking song right now.
I've been
and
waiting
there's not
for
a
this.
goddamn thing they could do to us.
About time.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, well, that means most of his songs are then, because that's Irving Berlin. He's been dead for the right amount of time. So,
But the
Okay.
ones that
Blue
anybody
Skies.
knows.
well,
I think I know the melody to this.
Putting on the Ritz.
I think that got a little too close to who was it? Falco?
Falco.
Falco's version in the 80s, putting on the Ritz.
Oh! I
Yeah.
better put that away then.
Yeah. I don't know how that
Awesome.
works because it's the same song. So how how does the
No, it should be good then. It's like
Yeah.
Happy Birthday.
I mean, it's a cover. I don't know. Do you
Yeah,
have the
I mean,
same-
he would have paid
He paid.
royalties
He paid.
at that time.
Yeah,
but,
Right.
But now,
I mean,
Fair
you
game.
could just say you're doing the original version and do it just like Falco.
right. I know that this
Loophole.
year all of the Arthur Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes library has now completely opened up.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
So I saw a TikTok video of a wrench that was 3D printed by NASA, a ratchet. And I was like, I'm going to try this. So call Woody up. We're talking about it. And I tell him to
Oh Jesus Christ.
type in ratchet. He says, now I thought he was joking. Okay. I thought it was a joke.
We,
says-
we all
says-
know I can't spell.
How do you spell ratchet? Okay, there's a T in there. I get it. And he goes, is that with a W? And I thought he was joking. I thought he was just doing this like Elmer Fudd joke.
Ratchet.
But then later he's like, well, wrench starts with a W. He was dead fucking serious.
Okay, I can't spell.
He momentarily thought ratchet started with a W.
He
And
also
you-
broke his tooth
I did it.
eating bread.
And you,
Tuesday's the
Tooth
big
day at 2:30.
you know, I'm going to give Woody a break on this one, though, because we type
No,
so much
pile
shit
on.
now. No, we type so much shit now. I used to have excellent spelling. Now, like you said, ratchet, and I had to think about it for a second. I'm
Oh
going,
my God.
like, how do you spell ratchet?
A screwdriver.
I mean, think about it. Everything we type nowadays, and even that gets spell corrected, we don't even have to think about it. Like, you don't
No.
have to have a vocabulary anymore.
Pass me the
because
ball
it just-
peen whammer.
Right. It's like I don't know why my phone thinks I keep saying "what the duck" instead of "what the fuck." I mean, when the hell have I ever said that?
I think you can actually take that off, can't you? I think you
I
can
need
take
to.
The predictive text.
Yeah,
yeah.
automatically corrects it for you because it thinks you said something
It
else.
usually does it right for me on iPhone.
No,
Oh,
it
me
doesn't.
too,
Gauntlet.
come to think of it.
Oh, by the way, I want to bring this up to you guys because
Oh,
I'm
God,
so
here we
fucking
go.
tired of people talking
Bring
about
it.
well, maybe if you switch to an iPhone, our text messages
Okay.
would blah blah blah. So I just read an article. iPhone's the
Oh,
one
boy.
that fucks that up because they're not up to the
Yeah, I
most
wonder who
current-
the article was written by.
Android
like-
Central.
Yeah.
No, it was written by fuck, I don't remember. It's one of the feeds
Bill
that I get on my
Gates.
yeah, but they're not up to date on the latest secure texting platform, so that's why you guys get the weird errors,
You know
and we
what?
just see everything normal. It
Mm.
breaks it.
Our emails work between the three of us. I know that.
Yep, I agree.
I get all your texts. I have
I
no
mean,
issues with text. I don't know why. I
I-
don't even
I
know what
have
it looks
no-
like on an iPhone because you guys are like, oh, you fucking broke the text. No, mine's fine. I didn't
I have no
any
issues from text from DJ or
The,
George.
the thing is when we do it, we see them in blue. And if you
Mhm.
stick to just iMessage, like we could rename the group. We could call it the Shuffle Pod.
And there you go. You just hit the
Yeah.
nail on the head.
You
iMessage
can't.
is what's not working.
Yeah.
Everybody
can't.
else uses the same message platform. iMessage does not.
When you say everyone else, you mean
Every
Android.
other
The
carrier.
other 30% of
only
the
Android.
Americans that use
Right.
Android.
Right.
No, well, there you go. There, Android is using the latest secure software for texting and messaging. It's all together.
Don't
If
you-
it
Apple is
works-
not. Think
If
about
it
it.
works on your particular Android,
Jeff.
phone,
Listen to what I'm saying. You're still not listening because you're defending Apple to a point where your shit is not secure. Anybody can pick it up and
You get
take it
so
right out of the
angry
air.
about- No, they can't.
Yes, they can. They actually say that in their commercial. In like AT&T are like, well, you could. It's not their commercial, but there's a commercial where there guys sitting there behind the counter of a whatever, and they're like, oh, I want to send this. Do you want it secure or insecure? And he sends a fucking carrier pigeon. And they're like, if you're not using the latest version of whatever, which is not the Apple one, then they can be.
I'm sure
Pull out.
Apple throw that in their commercials. That
No, I said it's not them, but somebody said it out. I don't remember who did it, but it was.
Jeff, where'd you find the blue headphone cord?
It came with my headphones.
Oh, I like that.
That's pretty nice. I like that.
Mine's
As we
brown.
quickly change the subject.
I've
Oh,
got
what do
one
you
right
got?
here. I
Mine's
got
brown.
I can't pick it
Ooh.
up that high. My
I
microphone.
can't get it up that high anymore either.
My mic.
I
I was gonna
tried.
show. I was gonna show my mic. It's got the same colors, but I can't get it up there.
I'll show you my mic, but
It hasn't been up in years.
Everything's
No.
ridiculous.
You can see the tip of mine.
Just
Where's
a
it
tip. Anyway,
There it is.
George, did you have a topic you want to talk about?
rub it.
Mm.
Oh, yes. Time change.
Okay. Coming back up. It's been a month.
No,
So George, are you going to tell them about your Shuffle Pod?
Yes.
Your gift from Shuffle Pod Management.
yes, I was. Shufflepod Management bequeathed me a pair of socks with the president of the Shufflepod's face on it.
DJ's getting a pair as well.
Very
sorry, Jeff,
nice.
I only got two. You're getting
They are-
something else.
They're very comfortable. I also got a Buddha
I saw the Buddha being printed.
Oh yeah, he showed
with
us
nipples
with nipples.
and all,
Those nipples are amazing.
with
They are
the President Woody's face on it.
I was wondering if that was his face.
It
Well, a
was.
guy at
It
work.
absolutely is.
Woody,
Let me,
you don't
let
have.
me just go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, Woody, you don't have to worry about getting me a pair of socks with your face on it. My daughter got me a pair of shirtless Ryan Reynolds socks for Christmas.
Nice, nice.
My niece a pair of socks with my daughter's face on it as like our white elephant, whatever,
Yeah.
joke thing. And when I got it, that's when Woody told me, "Oh my God, I had just ordered these with my face on
Perfect.
them." So
They're so good.
there
Look
it
at
is.
that thing.
That's beautiful.
Golly.
Kind of creepy.
What
For
color
mine-
did you get, George? Because he did a couple of those.
I got a gray one.
That was the one that he got.
Is that the stone looking one, the marble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Yeah, for
very,
some
very
reason,
nice.
I had two different kinds of stone filament.
Yeah,
One
you
was
got
like a darker and one was a lighter one.
You have granite and marble.
So the one that I made for Jeff with my bust was a darker one,
Yep.
and it doesn't have it must blend in the dots because you can't see because it just looks gray.
Oh, George or Jeff is getting his too.
Jeff just died.
I don't have one. I have this.
He's getting his.
Get a bust.
Ooh.
Is the one Jeff has okay to put on the air?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. It looks like Woody going in blackface.
No,
It's just it's like no. Yours is marble. This is granite. It's
Right,
Yeah.
just darker
right.
gray.
That's Woody.
Not cool, Woody. Not cool.
Not cool.
Nope.
Woody's getting
Him?
canceled.
Cancel that guy.
Him and
Is that-
Trudeau.
My
In
Nefertiti.
real
you
life,
can't
though?
see
Nefertiti. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, do not do your face in that one. That's,
Oh, you should.
that one's not acceptable.
Everybody
I think
likes
in
her.
person. Jeff, the one you have, I don't think it's as dark as it comes through on the camera, is it?
Oh,
I'm
not
getting
really.
Woody
No,
out of
it's
trouble.
not that dark. I mean, it's hard to tell because of my lighting, but like the
Yeah.
lightest part, like in here where you can see it, it's about that color. So, the shadows on the camera are rough to get a good feel for it.
Right.
But no, that's pretty good. Yeah, like yours isn't bright white. It's just,
Right. Mine's gray
yeah, but because of the lighting.
with like overtones of darker gray, undertones.
Well, the whole way the Buddha came about was I ordered the socks for a white elephant gift because I'm narcissistic, and
Yes.
they didn't come in time,
There you
so I
go.
needed something fast to print or to give for a white elephant gift. So I was going to do the Michelangelo's David with my face and then enhance his penis
Because
Like
it's
two-
not big. It's
like to his knee.
it's like normal size.
And
normal
my-
waist size.
My wife, she said absolutely not. That
She
was-
said, "No, that's mine."
She said no. 'Cause
He's
that
got
was-
this penis enhancement 3D printing down to a fucking science.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
does it on everything.
It's all about
Everything.
ankles.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you extend the nipples, or is that just like
No, I didn't. All I did was put my face on it. That was it.
Hmm.
That's it. Everything else on that is
someone else
exactly-
extended those nips?
I think that's just a scan of the Buddha. I really do.
Really?
So the original Buddha, he has piercings. So those probably are big enough for the piercings if you were to put them
Oh.
in.
oh, you should.
My
pierce
mom
it.
had, and like my mom had one when we
Oh,
were
that's
kids, and
nipple
it was
piercings.
they're
So
rings.
George, is your
they're
is your
rings.
Buddha at work?
No.
Oh, well, you said people at work. I thought maybe you took it and put it on your desk.
No. I was wearing my socks.
Oh,
I was
the
getting
socks,
changed
the
in the locker room, and there's this one young deputy standing there. We're just chatting, so I slammed my foot up onto the bench, and I go, "Check these fucking things out." And he goes, "Oh my God, what is that?" I said, "That's my buddy Woody." He goes, "Did you make those?" I go, No. He gave him his Christmas gifts. He's such a narcissist. Everything he does has his face on it. He goes, "That's fucking weird." And then I told him, I said, "You think that's weird?"
Wait till you see this.
I
Pull your phone
said,
out.
"He made a Buddha so that we could worship him with his face on it." He goes, "What the fuck's wrong with your friend?"
so much.
so
By the way, Woody, my kid needs another axolotl. The leg fell off.
did it?
One of them.
Yeah.
She wanted me to tell you, and I just remembered, so I told you.
So George, are those socks the ones I got for my niece? When she put them on, they're actually pretty thin. You can almost see through them. Are
Yeah.
they real thin?
Yes, but they're not
Yeah.
like the thinnest socks I've ever had. But yeah, they're thinner than
Okay.
a regular pair of socks.
Okay. So the ones I got were very thin. Like you're gonna wear them like 4 or 5 times. There's gonna be holes in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of
Did
like.
you
Sorry, go on.
did you get yours in time for the
Yes.
party? Yeah. Yes, mine were very late. Very
Two
late.
days in advance, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a day before
Very
they said they
nice.
were coming. I think they said the 23rd. I think they came on the 22nd.
I would compare those socks to tuxedo socks. Have you ever gotten those ones for a wedding and they're
Yeah,
super damn
Right,
Absolutely, yes,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just like it.
Same thing. You're like, I'm not wearing this. This is garbage. You'll have blisters by the end of the day if you wore them with your dress shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get those socks for my niece. I thought my daughter was going to be like mad about it. She looks at me and says, "Can you order another pair of those for me?" I said, "With her face, like
Or with yours.
with your cousin's face," and she goes, "No, the same ones."
With her face on.
She wants her own face on her own socks. I said,
Nice.
"All
Sounds
I
right.
haven't done it yet. I forgot, but I got to do that.
It's crazy.
So, what everybody get for Christmas?
I
I just told you what I got.
we don't buy.
No. I got an
gifts for us.
Xbox.
We
Nice.
oh, I saw that, George.
Yeah, very excited. I haven't hooked it up yet, but
The
I'm going
X
to.
or the S?
Yes. Yeah, the S. The less expensive one.
Yeah. I was looking at those. I've had mine for, my one for 7 or 8 years, and I was looking at them. I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I want to lose the discs. I might have to go with the more expensive one.
You don't
Yeah,
have to. You don't have to use discs. You
No,
just
I'm
have
saying
the-
I still have tons of games that are on disc that if I went to an S, I wouldn't be able to play them.
Oh,
because
so
you have-
George's doesn't have the drive.
right?
No.
Oh,
Right.
that wouldn't
Which is
bother me.
fine. A lot of the games I play are, downloads now because
When
Can you
think-
buy a hard disk drive for the S?
I don't know. I haven't even looked into that. That's
I think it has both.
probably a good idea. The S only
the
has
X
download.
does.
The X has both. That's why it's more expensive. They're trying to phase out discs.
So what does
Yeah.
George's have?
Just the downloadable.
Yeah. Well, okay, when you really think about how many games you really truly play, even if you've got 100 of them from growing up, you don't play 95 of them.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that's true.
I mean,
Here's
you
the
just-
thing.
But
I
I
got
have to
this
rebuy
crazy
them. But who
obsession of
cares?
keeping them on my,
Right.
the
My kid
hard
bought-
drive and stuff.
Yeah, my kid bought me 2 new games for Christmas, and they're both on disc, which is funny because one is, it says right on the front, it says made for the X.
You can't
So-
transfer the hard drive ones over from another
You
unit?
can, yeah.
You can, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's. In fact,
No, if it's a digital copy, you can't. You have to have the disc to play the game because they don't want you to download it onto your system and then
give
go
it to all
trade
your
it in,
friends.
give it other, or trade it into the store and get money
Right.
for it.
Yeah,
Right,
if
the
it's
disc.
a disc copy.
Correct,
You're
yeah.
correct.
the download ones you can but you can only have it on one system at a time. Like I've got one
Right.
for my kid. She plays it on hers, but if she wants to play it on the big TV downstairs, she just deletes it from her drive, logs in as
Yeah.
herself, and
What a pain
downloads
in
it
the
on
ass
her.
that is, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, my drive is so full right now. I have to delete games just to get updates for ones I'm playing
Yeah.
because
Can't
First
you get a
world
bigger
problems.
drive and then clone it?
I've got a terabyte.
Yeah, but can't you do like a 3 terabyte and clone it?
I guess,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
didn't
not
think
that
I'd need a
much.
terabyte. I mean,
No,
What?
you can buy a 2 terabyte for $61, the Western
Yeah.
Digital.
mm,
And while we're talking
don't buy
about
Western Digitals.
I've heard bad things about that.
Oh,
You know what?
Seagate
That
is
was
the other
that was
one.
true on the SSD drives because it was all mechanical moving parts and stuff like that.
No, you mean
Oh,
HD
HDD,
drives.
right.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the SSD drives it doesn't matter.
It's a whole different. Yeah,
Oh,
they're getting
okay.
all their. Everybody's getting the chips from the same place.
That's
It's
true.
really-
That's true. I was thinking it was still the old one because I had a Western Digital and Seagate have both destroyed, just stopped working and lost like family photos from
Oh, absolutely.
when my kid was a baby, shit like that. I won't buy them again. Now I stick with, I can't think of the name, anything but Western Digital because
yeah.
even Seagate I'll try to stay away from, but I will not buy a Western Digital.
So I should not get.
Oh well, like Woody said, it's the SSD. If it's a solid state drive, it doesn't matter because it's
Right.
Jeff
Jeff
talking.
is more on like this company pissed him off in the past, so he doesn't want to give them any more business.
I only
Correct.
use Western Digital.
Which
now.
I completely understand.
Correct.
I get it, but
yeah.
Sorry.
Now I'm gonna look at what I got.
Anything to argue with Jeff.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I misspoke. It was Seagate. I have Western Digital. Western Digital's good.
See, I've
I
always had
just-
been okay
to
with
correct myself.
Western
Yeah.
Digital.
No, I'm sorry. I totally said the wrong way. Western Digital's the one I do use. Seagate.
I thought Western Digital HDD sucked.
Back in the day, like I'm talking,
You know
I'm talking like 2000.
Aren't there different
2005,
colors?
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, the cheaper ones.
The
stay
cheaper
away
ones
from.
were yeah.
That's what I've heard. So.
Yeah. Because I've
But
got the
that's-
blue in here.
That's all I
which is
could
the
afford
mid-
back then.
Yeah, exactly.
The moon.
I was watching a thing on how to build gaming computers last night, and the guy was like, "There's absolutely no reason for an HDD drive at this point." He's like,
No.
"He's like, never put your operating system on it." He's like, "If you have an old one and you want to throw it in the case," he's like, "That's one thing." But he's like, for as cheap as they are,
Right.
the solid state drives. he's
Well, you
like,
say
"There's
that,
no
but
point to it."
I mean, he's right to an extent, but I've got a 3 or 4 terabyte that holds all my movies and stuff, but it was $200 and it's an HD, not a SSD.
Yeah,
So
but you don't have to lose all that stuff. You could upgrade in a year or two whenever the SSDs come down and just
Right.
clone it.
right.
Because the HDDs can break down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cloning, do you think they can clone people?
Absolutely.
I think they absolutely have.
We
I think
had
they
this
have.
conversation a couple back and we decided
we?
that yes, and China has already done it.
Yeah, if anybody's done it, China's done it, and I'm
Which
sure of it.
in fact, there was I think I heard this on a news story not too long ago. There was I believe it was a Chinese doctor that was being put in jail for cloning humans or trying to. And they said that, he had the embryos and whatever was doing it, started it. But they didn't really tell you if he managed to do a complete human or not.
The answer is yes. He just didn't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
Right, exactly. So we're like,
It's his own lab.
The last time I was in Chinatown, I saw a lot of people that looked like me.
I thought he was going to say the last time I was in
Oh,
China.
like my
I was
heart
like-
stopped. I was like, this is even more. This is worse than what I usually talk. They all
George-
look alike.
George is up there with his finger on the stop button.
Remember, we're on YouTube now, Woody.
Right.
Those Buddhas, I mean, they all
They
look
look
like me.
just like you.
They do.
No, I was. I watched a video, actually a documentary. I found a new channel on YouTube. It's pretty cool. It's like free documentaries, like full length ones.
Okay.
And I watched on the moon landing. Now I don't want to get into the
God.
argument here, but I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it did not happen. So, but
So,
now I'm closing the argument.
let
On to
me.
the next topic.
Oh, so George
Hold on.
watched
Hold on.
the
As a-
documentary,
as
and
an
it
unbiased
convinced him one way or another.
As
Right.
an unbiased
I'll send you
judge,
another one,
I
and
side
you'll
with
be
George.
sure. I'll send you another video, and you'll be sure that the Earth is flat.
So,
No, this
I mean,
one.
This
This
is
one
a
was
public
pretty good.
service announcement for everybody that watches or gets their news from YouTube. YouTube's great. Love it. It's not a news channel. You cannot trust anything that's on it because it's not verified. None of it. And I watch news on YouTube. I'm not saying that there's not viable sources out there, but you can't trust it. You have to make sure it is an actual accredited company putting it out there.
This was a very
This was a
professional
PST.
documentary.
some
I'm
of
sure it
these,
Doctors
was.
and everything.
some of these photos, not even some, almost all, if not all, of these photos and videos of showing different things on the moon, you can either get straight from NASA's website or straight from the ESA's website, depending on what you're looking at, what kind of crater you're looking at, which, if it's 60s,
absolutely.
it's
If you cherry pick all the stuff that you want, then you can make it look like anything. You can make it look like the moon's.
NASA. How did we
cheese.
lose the technology?
Lose what technology? Are we having this argument again? Because if we
Mhm.
are, I'm just going to fucking sign off.
No,
I'm really
we are.
tired of this argument.
We are.
You know-
I'm not going to have it.
I've got a
I'm
really good moon thing that I saw the other day. It was talking about how if you look at the craters on the moon,
Yeah.
they're all uniform depth. Regardless of how wide they are, the depth of them are all the same. So the theory is that there's the moon itself it has like a layer underneath that's like a solid metal or some kind of layer that's stopping the impacts from going any deeper.
I guess the scientific argument could be the one you're going to hear from Neil deGrasse Tyson is there's probably like a rocky layer that's fairly uniform. That's
Okay,
going to be the scientific.
Or
but
maybe it's iron.
but then they use the exact opposite argument for why the moon rang when we crashed the lander into it, because they're saying that the interior of the moon is full of very porous and full of holes and very
Mhm.
thin crusted, or not crusted, but very thin. So it's like they're like, well, then it must be this for this, but it's this for this. It's
Right.
two exact opposite.
Maybe
and
one
also
day if
saying-
we ever go there, they'll check it out.
Why don't we ask the Chinese who have rovers on the planet right now? Right? Didn't they just land several rovers on the
Yeah, Jade Rabbit and
dark
something
side
else.
of the moon?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
read too much about it,
The,
but I heard
the
they
far
did.
side.
Far side, yeah, because it's not dark. It's always
Yeah.
But you
flip
can
just as
only
much as this
go
side.
so far down with a rover.
With a rover. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking rover's probably got a drill that's maybe 6 foot at the very, very most.
Right.
And this
They-
is hundreds
It's
of feet down.
hundreds.
But what they could do is go into one of those craters and do a sounding and see if they can.
Do you think
If
they'll
you can-
share that information with us?
If you
Oh
can,
no, fuck no, they're not.
if you can go down the crater though.
right, that's,
Right.
Let me ask you this, and this is kind of off the topic of the moon. All right.
Thank God.
If there is like, and maybe one of you guys, and this is something that I was thinking about, if space is a vacuum, okay, how do they get thrust?
Because you don't need air to
the
have thrust.
propulsion.
Right.
Don't you have to have
are you-
molecules that you're
are-
pushing against?
No.
No.
Okay, so
For
explain to me.
every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, like in space, a fart would propel you.
Right.
Yes.
You're ejecting it out the back. You're ejecting hot gases out the back. and it's
Since
gonna
there
push you
is
forward.
nothing to push against, it pushes you.
Right. And there's
Okay.
nothing to stop you. There's no resistance to stop you. So the more it pushes you, the faster you go.
Honestly, if all you did was fart, you would just keep going faster and faster and
Yeah.
faster.
So, how does reverse thrust work then?
Thrusters on the other side.
That is
Yeah.
that's the opposite reaction.
Okay.
So do you get it? We can give
Yeah.
you an example.
No, I get it. That makes perfect sense. Is my movements delayed?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
Very,
yeah,
very
you're-
All right, I got to take this stupid thing off.
Oh, your
yeah.
background?
Oh, your background?
Yeah,
That's fine.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, so we had a discussion about this in another episode probably a year or so ago, and we talked about the M drive, and we talked about moving
Much
through
better.
space.
Okay.
We talked about solar sails, which are interesting because they
Mhm.
actually catch the radiation from
Still
close
very
by
slow.
suns. Oh, it's extremely slow, but
Yeah.
you're
It gets-
moving a ship with
Well,
light.
it
That's fucking cool.
fast. It gets
Right.
fast.
Right.
It's just it would be fast for going to
Oh, by
like
the way,
Alpha Centauri.
for you guys,
Going
'cause
with the
today
Steelers
is the
shirt, huh?
Browns Steelers game.
Yeah.
Woody's
Yeah,
got his Ohio State. He's like, yeah, we're gonna win today. Woo! I don't know.
Here's okay. So, speaking on space and stuff, and this is kind of a current event here, real quick, and then I'll get into the topic. Did you see that Russia shot down a UFO?
I did.
There's
No.
reports.
I did.
Yes, there's this reports out. There's not a ton of reports, but there's some reports that Russia shot a orb out of the sky, and you
One
can
of the
actually
Tic Tacs or the round ones.
No,
Around.
guys. What, I read the article.
Oh, well, do tell.
The reason it's that UFO, unidentified flying object. They think it was a drone.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they think it was possibly a drone that they've not seen yet.
Now I'm starting to change my tune on the was it the Nimitz and the Tic Tacs
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that. I'm starting to change my tune on those, and I'm starting to think that they are ours. And we developed some type of, I don't know if it's an anti-gravity drive or I don't know, some kind
Okay.
of, but I think we have done it. And I think we're putting our own misinformation out there with it.
I absolutely 100% agree with you.
And now I think that Russia just shot one down. I think it almost confirms it.
No,
Well, and it seemed like it completely self-destructed when a round hit it. It just
Yeah.
like, and I don't know, maybe they made it that way to
Well,
actually
what
so,
you
that
guys, I'm sorry.
so they can't reverse engineer it and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
what we're getting our information from, the people that are saying that this was a UFO is not the Russian government. It's people. They're
Yeah.
saying there was a ball of light in the sky and our air defense shot it down. The Russian government's saying
Oh
nothing.
yeah, I did see that. I didn't hear that it was UFO. I just thought it was.
Well,
they said
that's
it was
because the articles, a couple of articles on Google have gone, Russia shot down a UFO because
Right.
these people are like, oh, we saw a floating orb in the sky going across the sky. It was very small, and our air
Gotcha.
defense shot it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I
The
saw
only
was they
people-
shot down a drone in Russia or something
Right.
like that.
Right. The only people that think it was like a UFO are people that like really quickly read the article,
Right.
the headline, and was like, Russia shot down a UFO, you know, like a spaceship.
Yeah, I
That's
like
why
a
I
couple
think-
videos on it.
George.
Right.
No, not at all. But
No.
that's why I'm like, I really, when we say UFO, I want it to be known that we are talking about spaceships. Like, it's so ubiquitous UFO
Yeah.
with aliens that you can't just say UFO and say, well, it was just unidentified.
Right. What do
'Cause
they call them now?
You're much
UAPs.
Yeah, UAPs.
Phenomena.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
just it's completely misleading.
Yeah,
It
you're
really
absolutely
is.
right, because people say it all the time. It's like, okay, we've taken it over, not we, but it has been taken over to the side of aliens.
Right.
UFO is alien, UAP or whatever is now just anything. Just
Right.
please keep it that way.
But I completely agree with you, DJ. I think that I think Bob Lazar is right. I think he wasn't lying. I really do.
Yeah, this stuff may have been originated from alien,
Well,
an
it had
alien
to have.
spacecraft. It could. It doesn't
There's no-
have to.
There is absolutely no way
probably.
humans came up with an anti-gravity design. We still don't understand what causes gravity.
I know.
Well, they did.
Sometimes
Now,
things are
that
discovered
being
on
said,
accident.
in part of the documentary I watched today, they talked about the astronauts trained for anti-gravity by planes going up and then going down real
Mhm.
fast. And
No, that's
and
zero
stuff.
gravity.
You could do that in
Right.
Florida. You can actually. It's there's
The
Vomit
a
vomit comet.
vomit
Yeah.
comet, right?
Yep.
That
Which I think would be
awesome.
amazing. I
But
would.
that's
love
not
to do that.
anti-gravity.
Right.
Anti-gravity would take you out of gravity's pull and
Right.
let you float while you're on Earth. Not a zero-G simulation.
Right.
But
Okay.
let
What do
you
you-
propel any direction, and you wouldn't feel it. Your face wouldn't get sucked back.
Right.
You know.
So the only difference between the vomit comet and skydiving is you're skydiving with a plane around you.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it's not
It
the
is, but
same
I have
as
been,
zero
I've been
G, but-
skydiving, and
Yeah.
it's a whole different. Like
It's
I
the
would
free fall.
assume it's because you've got the wind blowing against.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You
It
can
takes
feel
the
the
wind out.
resistance
Right.
of the air and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas, like if there's none. You're just
Yeah,
floating.
that is a good point because you don't have that extra,
Yeah.
opposite reaction to you
friction,
falling
yeah.
because you're inside something.
Right. But yeah, I do. I think we. I think all that Bob Lazar stuff was right. I think we've figured it out, and I think what DJ said, we're testing it against our own defenses to see if they can figure it out, or if they can lock onto it, or whatnot. It's just a.
Right. Can I point something out real quick?
Yeah.
DJ, you believe that the Nimitz was accurate, that they had those little tic-tac flying things with zero gravity, right?
Yeah.
That was true. But you don't believe we landed on the moon at the
Okay,
same
stop.
time.
We're not talking about the moon
No.
anymore.
No.
We're
Hold
not-
on. We can.
No, I'm just showing the
This was-
hypocrisy
Right.
of.
Jeff,
How
you
is that
can't get
hypocrisy?
angry. That you can't get angry. 'cause
No,
you
I brought it
How-
up. I agree.
How
If-
is that hypocrisy?
If you think we had the
We were
technology
in-
to create anti-gravity, but not the technology to get on the moon, you're out of your damn mind.
We were in a space race, and it meant more than just getting to the moon. It meant declaring victory nationally, globally.
I don't disagree with that, but you
We
say
did
we didn't
what it
make it to the
took.
moon and we didn't have the technology, but
We
you're also
did-
saying we had technology that we don't have now because we
Okay,
haven't figured it
Jeff,
out.
we had like
That's-
toggle switches and shit in 1969.
Then how did we create anti-fucking gravity? That's what I'm getting at.
We did.
You're-
We stole it from the.
I
spacecraft.
just said there's a good
Okay.
chance we got it from a spacecraft, but there's the chance that somebody stumbled upon it in a lab on accident. I mean, there is that chance.
Right.
They developed some element, they combined something, and I would side with they probably got it from a spacecraft. But in 1969, we didn't have LEDs, we didn't have any of this kind of stuff. I mean, like
But we had anti-gravity from a spacecraft that we could have gotten other technology from.
Not
my point is,
necessarily.
I see what
listen,
you're saying.
listen, I'm just trying to make the point that if you've got something that's so far advanced that we don't even
I
have
got
it
it.
today,
I got it.
you
So,
believe that, but
Well,
you
I
don't
don't
believe
think-
we made it
I
to
don't
the
think
moon.
in 69 we could even produce the
Right, we-
alloys necessary.
We couldn't back engineer.
I can accept
it
that.
like we could now.
Right.
I can accept that. But in the 60s, we had to have because we had the Nimitz that had them. You just agreed that it happened. That was in, 1968, 69?
The Nimitz was like
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
14.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What happened? What about the
You're talking. Are you talking about the?
I'm talking about the old
Philadelphia
Nimitz.
project.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
No, that's
Yeah, nothing to do with that.
All right. I thought it happened at the same time. Like they were at the same
No, the Nimitz just
era.
happened.
Oh, you're right, because they had fighter
the
jets going
tic-tac
after
and
it, didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah,
They had MiG, or not MiGs, but they had F-16s or something.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking they had the older.
What do you think,
You know.
George,
About
about that whole thing? About the Russian
I wasn't listening. Fuck you guys.
Well,
shooting down the thing in Russia? What do you think they shot? What do you think?
well,
what do
they
you-
started with the typical weather balloon and stuff. I don't believe it was
Did
a
they?
weather balloon. I think it probably was one of ours. I think it was one of our what do you call it?
The drone.
Drones, yeah. Because I mean that just makes more sense at this time, you know. Sorry, I'm moving stuff off of a fan.
I'm
It's
very,
driving
very
me
busy.
nuts.
I have lots of business.
They're conducting lots of business.
I have lots when I'm playing, I'm still working. All right, but no, I think it was probably something close to a drone, like an unmanned reconnaissance drone.
Yep. I agree.
But I do believe it was set to self-destruct,
That
so they
makes sense.
can't, you know.
Right.
But,
that
yeah.
makes perfect sense if it was us.
I was gonna
There's
say,
another.
do you think it was one of ours, or do you think it was somebody else's?
No, it was us.
Well, I think it was probably one of ours, and it might have been operated by the
friendly
Ukraine,
to
which
us.
makes
I
it one of
doubt it.
ours.
If
Yeah.
if it is us that has that technology, we're not sharing it with absolutely anybody. Just because Ukraine's an ally right now doesn't
Right.
mean they're going to be in 10 years.
Or
Yeah, but
Right.
that
2 years.
that creates a
Two-
problem though, because if they did find that it was us, that's a declaration of war.
I know.
And
Which is why I think it completely self-destruct, because it went
Well-
and it just engulfed in flames and missiled off into different pieces and stuff. I mean, it was fucking crazy
yeah.
the way that it blew up.
I don't know if it would be a declaration of war. We find shit like this happening to us all the time, where we're
Yes, but
Russian
we're
spies
backing
and
we're backing their enemy in air quotes. So technically, if we send one of our weapons
Yeah.
of war
I
into
guess
their
right.
airspace,
You're right.
no,
It
no,
is
no.
that is a
declaration
declaration.
of war.
Actually,
I
that's-
think you're right.
Jeff, I kind of disagree with that in a way, all right? Because
Go ahead.
we provided Javelin missiles and anti-tank personnel and stuff
Correct.
to them. So under that respect, it would be a declaration of war if that's what you're.
George, did we or did NATO?
No, we did. Look, here's the thing.
Yeah, he's right. We did because they
I am
weren't in NATO when
so-
we started.
It avoided NATO.
I am so fucking sick and tired of us funneling money through another corrupt government to fight Russia. It's
Oh, jeez.
I'm actually I'm to the point where I'm angry about it.
Would you rather us give money to Russia to take out Ukraine?
No, I would rather us stay the fuck out of other people's affairs.
I agree with that 100%.
Okay. Listen, we're never going to solve the problem in the Middle East. They've been fighting for thousands of years. We're not going to solve the problems in Europe.
We have a
fighting for
lot
thousands
of
years.
interests.
I understand that.
Yep.
And I understand that we're kind of at war now without putting boots on the ground. But
But we
the
have
reason for this inflation and the reason for
Hi, Woody.
is we're just processing and printing more money and it's
Okay, can I ask you a question, George?
yeah, go ahead.
And I already know your answer. If you went out to school, you were out in school, and you went out to recess, and there's some big guy picking on some little guy, you gonna let him get picked on?
No.
Of course not.
Now
Hell
wait
yeah,
a minute
man.
though.
Gonna
But this
record
goes
that
all
shit.
the way back to 2014. Here's the thing.
No, it
This
goes
is
way farther than that.
well, I'm just for
Right.
for Zelensky right now. Okay, we spearheaded a coup. Okay, in 2014 to remove the democratically appointed or elected official. Okay, so then we end up with Zelensky, who was an actor. Now, granted, I get it. Ronald Reagan was an actor as well and stuff. Okay,
Trump
But
was a
Zelensky-
TV show host.
he's our puppet when it comes to this. All right. And we're trying to spread democracy. All right. Which is horse shit.
No, that's
on that
horseshit.
on that part. What's that?
That you spreading democracy.
Yeah,
is
we're
the
not
Yeah,
spreading
biggest
democracy.
it's
fucking
I'm
horseshit.
sick and tired of everything falling under the veil of democracy when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Okay, can I?
And
can I
and
ask you-
I'm sorry I'm getting mad about it, but
no.
I'm so fucking sick and tired of it's all about right now oil and natural gas. All right.
Yes.
And it is about the resources that Ukraine has. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's why our next fight is going to be somewhere in Africa because of the cobalt mines and all that. We're going to go to war for resources.
Yes.
And I'm sick and tired of working, like on a personal level, working my ass off. And 40% of my money is going out. And I'm being taxed at a higher rate more than ever. I'm tired of it. And it's just to the point where enough's enough, you know? We're not going to solve that problem. All we're doing is kicking that problem down the line.
There are a lot
Yes.
of national interests involved that unless you have top secret clearance, we don't even know about.
Right.
Correct.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We are not going to understand all the reasons for this stuff.
And Can I just make one quick
Sure.
statement too, George? You're not going to get a disagreement with us because we agree. We are paying way too much in taxes for shit that we shouldn't have to pay taxes for, right? I mean, would you guys not agree? We pay
No,
too much,
I
but
think
you
we
know
should
who
pay more in
doesn't?
taxes.
What?
I think we should pay
No,
more
no.
in taxes.
I think we, as in lower wage earners, pay too fucking much. But you know who doesn't?
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Richer
Yes,
people.
the
Yeah.
fucking billionaires that don't pay shit in
It's
taxes.
not just billionaires, though.
I know it's
anyone
people
making-
over $400,000.
Yeah.
Over
It's-
$400,000.
The
A couple. That's $200,000 a year. Do you guys, any of you make $200,000 a year?
No.
No, but we pay 90% of the fucking taxes in this country. Think about that. So
Yeah.
let's shift it. I'm tired of people. I'm not saying you, George, but I'm tired
No,
of
well, the
people
whole thing,
complaining. No, I'm saying I'm tired of people complaining about stuff like the war and whatever, but they keep voting for people that keep taxing the poor people, but not the rich people.
Well,
So-
the whole
Everybody
"Make
taxes
America
us.
Great Again,"
Yeah.
the whole thing. They're talking about the 50s and 60s.
yes.
Yes.
Back with families, had
When the-
enough money to go on a vacation every year and stuff. Do you know what the corporate tax rate was then?
95%.
Yes, it was 95%.
Yep.
Companies like General Electric and Apple and Motorola, those companies, well, I guess Motorola's probably not, but the American companies, they were paying 95% tax rate. And it was,
Yeah.
but it's only over certain amounts. So like you get the lower tax rates on the lower amount. It's
But-
progressive all the way up.
But and I agree with that, and you're 100% correct. But the thing that I think you have to step back and look at is a dollar went a lot farther than a dollar today, and the tax rate. Yes, if a General Electric, let's just hypothetically say they were making $300 million, okay, and they walked out with a $10 million profit. All right, I'm just
Yeah,
throwing
you're
out
making it
numbers,
up.
Yeah,
okay?
numbers. Just using
So-
examples.
Say, but where does that 10 million? Where does that get you? Like 10 million then is
Right.
equivalent to how much to this state?
I think we're two completely different arguments here, and they're both valid. One is like the amount that your average person is being taxed, and the second is where that tax money is going to. Those are two separate arguments. You can't say, well, who cares where it goes to until we get it, how much we're paying fixed. We can't,
Right.
it's
Mhm.
two separate things. But and you're both right.
They you're talking like inflation. It doesn't matter if something's $10 or $1 as
Right.
long as the labor increased as well, and as long as everything increased. It doesn't matter if you call it a penny or $100. It doesn't really
Sure.
matter. So the dollar didn't really go farther, but there's a couple proposals out there for incentives because everyone's like, well, they won't hire anybody if they're getting taxed at 95%. They're just going to go out of business. That's bullshit because it's 95% of profits. You can turn around and you can make $1 billion in profit. If you turn around and put most of that money back into your business, you don't pay the taxes on it.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
Elizabeth Warren's
Right.
proposal.
Like paying your
That's the
employees
far
more,
left proposal. Yeah.
like
New
buying new equipment,
new
which
computers, safer
right?
equipment.
And you know what that
Right
does?
off.
That actually creates
Yes.
jobs because that causes
Right.
demand for more products to be
Right.
built for that company, as opposed to buying back your own goddamn stocks
And then
you
just
know,
cashing
and
it
sitting
out
on it.
and
But
going
yeah,
to fucking.
I kind of took your argument away, George. But yeah, my
No,
whole point was
fine. It's-
I'm with you. Like we pay too much taxes to go to other countries. I also agree that we need to help them because the bully is picking on them, like Woody was saying. Like it's tough to find that happy medium where we are helping something
for the right reasons.
right for the right reasons. Because,
Mhm.
like you said, why are we doing it? I don't know.
For oil and
Yeah, oil and
resources.
whatever.
You're absolutely
But
right.
we also, but we also destroyed Afghanistan for the right reasons. And then when we left and the Taliban took back over, everybody got pissed. It's like, we put the Taliban in power, then we took them out of power, and then we let them take it over. Who fucking
Yes.
cares? It's not our problem.
I think the biggest
Stay the fuck out
paradigm
of it.
change in the future, the thing that's going to take us either to the Star Trek utopia or World
It'll
War
never
III,
happen.
it will be free energy. And it
Yeah.
will be if somebody can do it and release it like Tesla was trying to do,
Right.
it's got to work. And if they can do it, it's going to cripple these giant global puppet masters. And if
Somebody-
it doesn't, we
They're
They're
don't
gonna
need
keep going.
free energy. We need energy. I'm not disagreeing with you though, but we need energy storage. That's the big thing. I've got free energy on my roof right now. The problem is it doesn't work at night. I can get a battery that's kind of half-assed battery that'll run maybe my refrigerator or something. But
well, I'm
the
talking
storage capacity.
level beyond that, Jeff. I'm talking the
Yeah.
Tesla thing. I'm talking about pulling it out of,
AC out of the air.
that's what I'm talking about.
that's no, that'll never happen.
He
it
had it
has.
working.
It has happened.
Elon, the genius.
No, Tesla.
Tesla.
And it was,
When I
and
say
it was-
Nikola Tesla.
when I'm saying Tesla, Jeff, I'm not
Okay,
saying
you're
the
talking
car
about
company.
Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
he
How-
was
Elon's a
crushed
fucking
by
fraud.
He was
by
crushed by what's his name?
the owner
because
of
he
General Electric and
killed an elephant with
Edison.
Yeah, Edison.
direct current, even though they use alternating current. Alternating current's more dangerous. I don't know why
It
that
is.
ever
It is.
happened. That was just fucking weird. But anyway, I'm with you. I get you now. Okay.
If you can pull,
No, Tesla was all about alternating current, and Edison was all about direct current. They used they used AC to prove that, like how bad AC was by like
Killing the
electrocuting
elephant.
dogs
The
in
elephant.
like an electric
Yeah.
chair.
That was the other way around because we now use alternating current. That's why.
No,
Yeah, that's
no,
what I read.
alternating currents. Woody's right. That's exactly what happened. It turns out we need alternating current to travel
because of the
long
distance.
distances.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're right. Okay.
But
That
they
is-
wanted to get away
Yes.
from that then.
Yeah, no,
Woody!
you're right.
This
I
is
was-
why George wears Woody socks.
No, I was thinking
Yeah,
we did it
yeah.
the other way
Impressed,
too.
aren't you, George?
Because yeah.
Do you have a
I've
tooth
got a
on
knowledge.
those socks?
I saw
I've got
the
a
look-
knowledge boner.
I thought you were impressed with my arms.
I
have a-
am. You're looking good.
Do you have a tooth missing on those socks, George?
I made sure my mouth was closed on that.
Damn
one.
it!
He
Old
filled it
head
in on the picture before it was said.
He's-
Damn it.
George's over there with a
Little white out.
Sharpie.
He did a
You-
very
you can
large
do that.
smile with his lips pursed. So
Oh, Christ.
no, I think obviously we're not going to get to the topic, which is fine. We can kick it down
What?
the
I
line.
can't remember what
Um,
it was.
Well, I
Do
was
we
gonna
ever?
talk about sleep deprivation. I got some examples and stuff.
yeah.
We'll do it later. They're not going anywhere. But I really am to the point of I'm kind of disgusted with everything that's going on right now with
A lot of
the
people are.
with the war and it's just
Well, I do have one comment about that, and I'm not accusing you of only getting your news from certain sources.
sure.
I'm not saying that.
But Steve Bannon, Alex Jones, what's the dude's name that you like? The Charlie, is
Steve-
it Charlie Kirk?
You haven't
Isn't that
mentioned
the
one.
Hulk?
Yeah, Bannon. That's Banner.
Oh,
Is
You
it
haven't mentioned one news
who's
source yet.
the one guy you like that you listen to, George, the podcast? It's not Charlie Kirk, the other guy.
Tim Pool.
No, the whiny little bitch.
The
Which-
Jewish guy. What's his name?
You know who I'm talking about.
Steven Crowder?
No.
No, him too. I haven't heard a single
Ah.
credible news source yet. Keep going.
Guy,
Ben
he
Shapiro?
just talks like
Ben
Yes,
Shapiro,
that's
yeah.
it.
That guy's
I don't
the
listen to
dumbest
him.
motherfucker
You only
I've ever
get
heard.
the
Ever.
far right argument out of
No,
all
no.
of those guys. It's
No,
all
listen.
you get.
On my Google, I've got everything from CNN to NBC to Fox, all that stuff.
Mhm.
So you can get the full
Yeah.
gamut. And I agree. Okay. Are my views a little more right slanted?
I know you listen to Bannon and Jones
I love Alex Jones. I don't listen
Because-
to Bannon though.
because
The
a
War Room?
lot. Yeah, the war. Okay, well, you listen to Jones. Bannon's on it all the time.
Yeah.
I love
Or-
Alex
I've
Jones.
heard you say it's entertaining, and I listen quite a bit. I disagree with absolutely every detail.
Because
Every
they don't
detail.
spout any facts. They just
None.
send out opinions with
And
nothing to
then
back
2
it up. And
seconds
everybody's
later-
like, yeah.
2 seconds later, he talks about his supplements, and he's
Right.
just
Yeah.
All
selling shit.
sales.
It's
He
all
does.
sales.
He does have some good supplements though.
Oh my god!
I bet
I mean, I don't think you see this.
But what I'm saying is, they are not telling. They're only giving the far right extreme side.
Right.
You're not hearing any argument back. You're not hearing any other fact with it. So you got to take they are so pro Russia on that show.
Oh god.
It makes me sick. They
Pro
talk
Russia?
about, oh my God, Alex Jones daily is talking about how great Putin is. And when Ukraine took out that the daughter of, because they tried to take out what's his name?
Mhm.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah,
The
his
propagandist.
right hand guy. Yeah.
You know what
The
kills-
guy is a
Sorry.
propagandist.
Yeah.
And Jones talks about him like he's a legit journalist that everyone's just trying to kill because he's onto the truth. And it's just such
Right.
horseshit.
And Russia literally uses clips of these guys promoting Russia for their news network
Right.
that is their national propaganda news.
Right. They actually
But here's-
have a national propaganda
and
news
here's-
network.
Here's what actually absolutely kills me about the far right. And it's fucking commies are coming to do this. Fucking commies in the United States. The leftists are commies.
Socialists.
Literally rooting for fucking communists.
I know.
For actual communists. They're
I
like,
know.
Russia's great. They're communists. They
Yeah.
are communists. That's why they've been our enemy for so
Yeah.
long.
Putin wants to go back to the old Soviet Union.
Soviet Union.
It's
yeah.
what he wants.
Right.
I mean,
That's
he's
that's why
stated
he
it.
invaded Ukraine, because he wants that
He's
area
getting the
back.
band back
Because he's
together.
trying to get the
Get the band
USSR
back together.
back
That's what he
together.
wants to do.
Yeah.
Part of the
there's-
reason that Russia invaded is because they want Crimea and the passage, whatever that, because
Mhm.
basically the
Crimea River.
Ukraine shut off their pipeline, and that's huge. You know, I don't think
Shut
either
off their
one of
pipeline
them.
to what though?
I don't think either one of them are right. I'm going to be honest with you, because we want to pretend that the Ukraine was this upstanding nation that wasn't corrupt.
Oh no, they were absolutely corrupt, and that's what people
Absolutely.
keep bringing up Hunter Biden is because whatever, and they let because Biden when he was what was he vice president
Vice.
or
yeah.
Vice.
Vice.
Mhm.
I mean you're right, George. That's
Totally
absolutely
legit.
right.
Totally legit.
Yes,
Prosecute.
they're two
Yeah.
assholes.
But on the same side, look at all Trump profited, and they never say shit about that.
Oh yeah, but no, that wasn't the point. The point was I'm with you, George, that neither Russia nor Ukraine are correct in this.
What's up?
I
man?
don't like the fact that we're funneling all the money over there too. But
Ditto.
again,
Gonna take
what
it, man.
happens if Russia wins and takes them over? Then they continue and they keep taking over. It's going to be like the last British Empire. They're going to try and take over the entire fucking world. And then they're just going to declare war on the U.S., join with China. That's the end game. That's
Well,
their
and I think
game
that's-
plan.
That's the biggest thing is China. Is with this you have standing in the background. Is China, and that's going to be huge. I don't know. I just think
Hold on. What do you?
So from the way I understand it, like George, yeah, Ukraine cut off Russia's imports through the Crimea, because they wanted taxes for transportation through their area, which we absolutely do. We charge people to go,
Correct.
and Russia's like, fuck no, I'm not paying that.
Right.
I'll just steal your land and then it'll be mine, and then I can go through it all I want. So
They don't
bullshit.
want they don't want NATO right at their doorstep.
That's
when NATO was aligned, they weren't supposed to go over whatever parallel. Okay, they weren't supposed to go. What is it? West of that parallel.
Right.
Excuse me, or east of west. All right. We keep but NATO keeps encroaching closer,
which is
and closer.
I mean, that's
and closer.
It's
Right.
we.
It's really
It
mostly
is
us.
because all the other nations in NATO aren't pulling their weight, and that's
Look,
kind of where I have an issue with NATO as well.
That is one thing I absolutely agreed with Trump about was nobody other than the U.S. has ever pulled their weight in NATO.
We also spend what all of those other countries do
on our
combined
own,
on military.
Yes,
but we
That's
don't give
why
it
they
to our
need our help.
military. You guys
That's-
realize that, right?
Well,
Our
okay.
military doesn't receive 75% of what we spend on the military.
correct.
It goes to private owners of
contractors, Halliburton,
Contractors
and
that-
Blackwater.
Because
we
contractors are doing, they don't have to abide by the same Geneva Code,
but
Geneva
they're not
Convention.
doing anything. That's
Here's the
problem.
thing with that whole NATO argument. NATO didn't go out and recruit the Ukraine.
Right.
The Ukraine went to NATO.
Instead,
And
we
when-
wanna be
Right.
after
Yes,
Russia
I got this
attacked
bully
them.
living next door. Right. I got this bully living next door.
That's
I
bombing
need,
me.
Yeah, I need help.
Right.
So
Well-
I mean, we weren't like going out there and soliciting nations to come into NATO. They're coming in on their own because they're afraid of being taken over by that giant communist country.
Woody's from the Ukraine. His
No.
family.
Yeah,
His
well,
family.
my last name is Ukrainian.
Yeah.
It's
So let's just take
Is
all of what he says with a grain of salt.
very true.
propaganda.
Very true.
No, I think I just think
Don't
it's-
start talking about Maine either, because my mom's side of the family's from Maine.
Isn't
Now,
Maine part of Russia?
Don't
It
talk about
is.
lobsters.
Close enough.
I know.
Same
I don't know.
thing.
It's frustrating.
Maine. Yeah. I mean, George, we sympathize. We understand where you're coming from on this. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that we don't, but
I do. But again,
this is
again,
you're right.
You're only getting the one extreme side with that select group of people.
Right.
You
And
really are.
Or
But you know
no,
what?
Oh, wait, stop. He's not, because he's listening to both sides. But
Yeah.
we're only getting two sides of a much, much larger story. And like
No.
BJ said, there's
Yes.
things that's
Honestly-
involved in this that's so top secret we have no
Right.
Yeah.
clue about.
Honestly, DJ, I swear to God, I read all different sources.
Right.
Now, do I listen to a bunch of crazy ass podcasts?
So do I.
Absolutely.
So do I.
Okay, but as far as my news consumption, I make it a point to read CNN, to read NBC, to read Fox, to read Bloomberg, to go through NPR.
It does take a
all
lot of
that
shit
stuff.
during the day.
I
Right.
do.
And
Now-
that's when George does his reading.
That's it.
Honest to God, CNN, Fox, MSNBC. Looking for the main headline just to see what's going on in the world. I use all those.
They're
But-
horrible though.
But they're
Yeah.
all awful. You got to do
Breitbart.
Mhm.
yes, Breitbart. You got to do Breitbart.
I
Yeah.
do
The Onion.
Breitbart.
You got to do things
The
like
Babylon Bee,
Yeah, absolutely.
Some BBC, but they're starting to get bad.
I listen
Al
to
Jazeera.
Al Jazeera.
Al
Al Jazeera is
Jazeera,
actually pretty
yeah.
good. They
Al
do a
Jazeera.
lot. Like I listen.
Sky News.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's a bunch.
Sky's just Fox. Sky's British
But
Fox.
honestly, you've got to listen to all of them to get the same different
Isn't that
takes on the
what-
same news.
Isn't that what started the Terminator with Sky News?
No, it's Skynet,
Skynet.
Same difference.
which we have a Skynet. There is a Skynet company.
Yes,
What's the
there
other?
is.
Like
And they do
the
AI.
AP. The AP How do you pronounce? Is it?
Associated Press.
Is it? Thanks, Woody.
No problem.
I always thought it was.
Reuters?
Wrench starts with an
Is it?
R.
Is it Reuters?
That's the way I hear it when they say it. It's
Reuters and
Reuters.
Reuters.
I hear Reuters, but
I
when I
stick to
Tomato,
Reuters.
tomato.
Yeah,
when I
they're
listen
pretty
to
good.
when I listen to my morning and it's like this is so and so, they say Reuters. So
Okay, gotcha.
from
So
Reuters, 'cause
They're
I've got them on
probably
my
the
list.
best, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, they're a worldwide
they're just giving
organization.
news. They don't spin anything in any
Right.
direction. It's just
They-
this is what happened. Here's what
Well-
happened. I don't give a shit what caused it. Here's what happened.
They are one of the oldest news sharing organizations, from what I understand. This is how it is explained to me. Like newspapers around the world used to call into them to get their national headlines because then they would put theirs in before the internet was even invented. You know, they'd call.
What
and
do you
say,
guys
"Hey."
think of Andrew
I'm looking at the
Tate?
BD the
Of what?
The whole
Andrew-
Andrew Tate thing.
No idea.
yeah, again, George, this is all Alex Jones, isn't it?
No. No, this was
Who's
this is
Andrew Tate?
in Romania.
Andrew Tate is wanted for basically sex trafficking.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, nobody
And-
cares.
but he and some of the right wing are spinning it as he's done nothing wrong. He's just trying to expose the left's pedophiles.
Because half of the right
and now,
wing
and
are
now he's arrested.
sex trafficking
It's-
pedophiles,
it's
but they're still in
crazy.
Congress. So
It's crazy how they're trying to spin that to me. It's just
Yes.
crazy. I'm trying to expose basically Pizzagate again. I'm trying to expose Pizzagate, the whole Wayside Furniture. I'm exposing this stuff.
No, he
And
had-
now he's missing.
He had
Wayside.
camera services is basically what
yeah.
what his big thing was. He started off as a kickboxer, all right?
Mhm.
And then he has this persona of toxic masculinity and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So behind the scenes, he is being accused of human trafficking, like holding these women against their will, beating, and stuff. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. I think we can agree with that.
Yes.
yeah.
But
Well, for the most part, some of
Yeah.
it's completely made up.
So-
here's the other side of it. And this is where I kind of think, well, shit, maybe it is kind of bullshit. People are jumping on this, but then yet we don't know who is on Maxwell's list.
Yeah, we
it's
do.
out.
Yeah, we do. We know
Yeah,
who
it's
was
out.
on his list.
The list. That's one thing that drives me crazy. Everyone
They
keeps
keep
saying
talking-
we want to find the list. Where's
Right.
this? It's fucking out. You can
Right.
Google
Where is
it
it?
right now.
It's
Go get it.
online.
Go get it.
Where?
There's 600 and some
Just
people
Google
on
it.
the list,
I've
and
looked
we
at
know who it is.
Then
yeah.
why are they not prosecuting?
Because they
it's
didn't.
not.
Right, they can't prove that they did something
Yeah.
just because they went to the island. That's
Well,
it.
Not
difference-
only that.
No,
it's
I
not
know
only
that,
the island
I know
visitors.
he
It's
kept-
just it's their address book.
Right.
but the thing is it was very hush hush. She is the only person that got convicted, okay, without any public witnesses. Now, granted, it's a federal case and you can't allow cameras
That's
in there.
actually
Okay.
not true.
Who came in and testified?
Two or more of the girls that
Two of the
she helped-
girls did, yes.
Oh,
But
public. You
what
said public. Yeah, they were behind.
figure came in
Okay.
and testified?
You don't need a public figure. Why would you?
The people
Yeah,
on
why?
the list. Nobody came in.
The
and
list
testified
doesn't
on that.
matter. You
The
don't
list
need
does
to.
matter
No,
because
it doesn't.
if you clearly have, because
They weren't the people on the list weren't the ones being molested by them. Why would they need to be there? I'm not understanding.
what do you mean?
The girls that testified were the ones that were groomed and molested.
Yes, correct.
You don't need anybody on the list. I don't understand why you would.
Why would you not prosecute the people?
Oh no,
that
I'm
did
with
the
you.
molesting?
Prosecute everybody on that list. That's what I say.
Okay,
but that's
why are
the
they
thing,
not
is
doing
people-
that? That's the issue.
Because most of them are rich and famous, and that's not how we do it in this country. We don't prosecute them. We prosecute the people
but
that
don't
aren't.
you find the irony, okay, in the fact that now, granted,
It's not
the whole
irony. It's
Andrew Tate thing,
hypocrisy.
it's the Alanis Morissette. Don't you find it ironic that yes, the Andrew Tate thing just broke, okay, and it's the fresh new news right now, but he gets picked up by Romanian police, all right,
Mhm.
on sex trafficking charges.
Right.
He's a public figure. and they are completely going nuts over this whole thing.
Right.
But nobody wants to talk about the Clintons. Nobody wants to talk about Trump. No, none of these people want to be held to the same standard.
right.
And that's fucked up.
Yes. And everybody,
It's because
not everybody, most people in this country agree with that. And
Yes,
they agree
yeah.
that
the people
we should.
do.
But
People
don't
the
you
problem
find
is-
it?
But
if
all
he-
of the judges
Right.
that are assigned all this stuff, half
Absolutely.
of them were appointed
They
by
were-
Clinton and half of them were appointed by Trump.
they were appointed
There
and
you go.
bought by the same people that
Yeah.
were appointed and bought the people that are on the list.
The
Like, you
judges play
can't-
the game.
Right. If Tate was in the US and showed the pizza boxes or whatever the hell happened, they would have just went, whatever.
Yeah, I hear they got the
Because
IP
we don't
addresses.
care
Everyone's
unless it's
blaming
a
it.
Yeah, the whole
public
pizza
enemy.
box thing
The
was
pizza
horseshit.
box thing didn't happen, but it was the fact that he was making those videos at Greta,
Right.
the
Right.
fact that he was publishing tons of videos trying to get back at this girl, and then they just traced his IP address.
Well, it was kind of
Right.
unprovoked when he just started going off on her.
Right.
Yeah,
She's like,
right.
fuck you. How the
But
hell
it
did I
was
end
kind
up in
it was funny. I mean, it was
Yeah.
entertaining on both sides.
But the thing is I don't see any way. He did like the most guilty thing ever. He
Oh.
did what guilty people do,
What?
but what he's calling timeout.
No, I'm just saying we got time. We're over an
Oh.
hour.
Yeah, we are.
What do you?
Yeah, that's all right.
Timeout. First charge timeout. He has 2 remaining.
Yeah, let's
He
wrap
did
it up.
what
What's your
he did what guilty people do. He said, I would never, ever kill myself. I would never, but they're probably going to come after me because I'm exposing all this sex trafficking by
Right.
the left. And then he's doing all this fucking illegal activity. Well, guess what? They busted him. And now he's like, see, this is what I've been talking about. They're arresting me for no reason.
Well, the
Right.
XTC kid did the same
Jesus
thing
Christ.
too.
yeah,
yeah.
same fucking thing.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
thing. It wasn't sex. It was money, but same
right?
thing.
Same thing.
I would never kill myself. I would never do this. I would never do that. Yeah. Well,
Because I'm innocent.
You think Epstein killed himself?
no,
No.
Fuck no. No.
So,
just couldn't live with himself anymore.
all right, boys, this was fun.
All right.
Poking
It
the
was.
Bears, and
Next week, next show, time change.
I know the
Lou-
perfect name for this show.
what's that?
No sleep till next episode.
Hold on.
Like it.
In next episode, we are going to discuss lunar time change.
Lunar
Lunar
time
time
change and the agriculture effects,
Yes, for
or the
growing
effects
corn.
on agriculture.
They do
All right,
have
boys.
a lot of agriculture on the moon.
Peace out.
See ya.
Later.
I'm ending the broadcast on YouTube, which will probably be the last time we're ever on YouTube.